Almost everything humans build can be moved. An aircraft flies away from the factory. A ship is launched into the water. Even a rocket gets laid on its side and put on a train. But there are machines that can never be moved anywhere. They are assembled in the pit they will work in. They are welded together inside a hull that was built around them. And when the work is finished, they do not retire. They are cut up for scrap in the exact place where they were born. These are 10 of them. Let's start with an elevator. Not for people, for ships. At the Three Gorges Dam in China, there is a lift that takes an entire vessel, with its water, its crew, and its cargo, and raises it 113 meters. The chamber is 120 meters long, 18 wide, holding 3.5 meters of water. Total moving mass, 15,500 tons. All of it climbs on steel racks, counterbalanced by 256 cables. The two sides must stay synchronized to within 2 centimeters. If one side fell further behind than that, the chamber would tilt and the water would pour out. The lift opened in September 2016. It runs around 22 cycles a day, and it cut the average time to get past the dam from 75 minutes to about 49. By 2024, it had completed over 40,500 safe operations. And it could only ever be built inside the dam itself. It is part of the concrete, not a separate machine. On the construction site of the Hinkley Point C nuclear station in England, there is a crane with a name. They call it Big Carl. Officially, it is the Saren's SG-C250. It lifts 5,000 tons at a 40-meter radius. In its tallest configuration, it reaches 250 meters, higher than the London Eye stacked on top of another London Eye. Its counterweight goes up to 5,200 tons. The whole machine stands on 224 wheels. It has 6 power packs, each with 2 engines. The main hook is rated for 3,200 tons, on up to 60 rope falls. But the most interesting part is what it drives on. They laid more than 6 kilometers of purpose-built steel track for Big Carl, linking 3 working positions. It does not arrive at the site. The site is built around it. Its first lift was on the 23rd of September 2019, and it was booked for 4 years and over 600 lifts. In Rotterdam, there is a machine built for one night that may never come. The Maeslant Barrier is a pair of floating gates that swing shut across a shipping channel to stop a North Sea storm surge from drowning the city. Each arm is 210 meters long, 22 meters high, and 15 meters deep, weighing 6,800 tons. Each one is longer than 2.5 Boeing 747s. The arms pivot on ball joints 10 meters across, weighing 680 tons each, among the largest ever cast. Closed, the barrier spans 360 meters, and it does it in under 2 hours. Both gates were built in dry docks dug into the riverbank, and then the docks were simply flooded to float them out. And here is the part that matters. The barrier closes by itself, fully automatically, with no human in the decision loop when the computer forecasts water 3 meters above normal. In its entire life, it is closed against a real storm surge exactly twice, the 8th of November 2007 and the 21st of December 2023. In Guizhou province, engineers found a natural karst sinkhole of the right shape and built a telescope inside it. Not next to it, inside it, 500 meters across. The reflector is made of 4,450 triangular panels, 11 meters to a side. But the panels are not fixed. Underneath hang 2,225 winches that pull the cable net in real time, deforming the dish into a 300-meter parabola aimed wherever the telescope is looking. The receiver cabin hangs 140 meters above the dish on 6 cables from 6 towers, and it points to an accuracy of 8 arcseconds. The dish covers roughly 30 football pitches. You cannot move this machine because the machine is the valley. To create radio silence around it, 9,110 people were relocated from within a 5-kilometer radius. By 2021, it had discovered over 500 new pulsars, more than every other telescope on Earth combined over the same period. On the 15th of October 1965 in Illinois, workers finished assembling a machine called the Captain. The Marion 6360 was the largest single-bucket shovel ever built, 12,700 short tons, around 11,500 tons, 64 meters tall, roughly 20 stories, a dipper holding 180 cubic yards with double doors, 30,000 horsepower, and a crew of just 4, an operator, an oiler, a welder, and a groundman whose job was to manage the trailing power cable. It could only be assembled in the pit itself. 18 months and 150,000 man-hours of field construction, and it died from something small. On the 9th of September 1991, a hydraulic line burst and sprayed hot fluid onto an electrical relay panel. The largest mining shovel in human history burned where it stood. Engineers judged repair impossible, and in '92 it was cut up in the pit that built it. At a shipyard in Yantai, in China's Shandong province, stands a gantry crane called Taisun. 133 meters tall, a span of 120 meters, and a safe working load of 20,000 tons. Wound inside it are around 50,000 meters of steel rope, 31 miles. On the 18th of April 2008, it lifted a load weighing 20,133 tons. That is still the Guinness record for the heaviest weight ever lifted by a crane. For scale, the entire Eiffel Tower contains about 10,100 tons of iron. Taisun lifted twice that. A crane like this is erected on its own rails at the quayside and never leaves them. Its whole reason to exist is to let a shipyard build the top and the bottom of an oil rig at the same time, and then simply marry them. The yard credits it with saving up to 2 million man-hours. Its rated capacity has since been beaten by another Chinese crane. Its actual lift has not. Pioneering Spirit is the largest ship ever built by gross tonnage, 403,342 gross tons, 382 meters long, 124 wide, around 1 million tons fully loaded, 95 megawatts of power, 12 azimuth thrusters, 571 berths. And it has a very unusual job. The ship slides its twin bows around the legs of an oil platform, pushes 8 motion-compensated lifting beams underneath the topside, picks the entire thing up, as much as 48,000 tons, and sails away with it. The hull was built in South Korea, but the vessel could only be finished in Rotterdam. The lifting beams and the 122 by 59 meter bow slot were fitted there. Then in 2021, it gained a jacket lifting system, 2 connected steel beams 170 meters long, weighing 6,500 tons. Its record lift, 31,000 tons, taken off the Brent Charlie platform in July 2024. Fabrication began in March 1963. Marion Power Shovel delivered the machine in '66. It is still working. Crawler Transporter 2 weighs 6,650,000 pounds, around 3,000 tons, 40 meters by 35. 2 Alco diesels at 2,750 horsepower each, and 2 Cummins at 2,220. Its job is to take a fully assembled moon rocket, together with its launch tower, and drive it 6.7 kilometers to the pad, holding it perfectly level the entire way. Loaded, it moves at 1.5 kilometers an hour. It burns 1 gallon of fuel every 10 meters. NASA's own comparison is that it weighs as much as 15 Statues of Liberty. It was assembled from parts at Cape Canaveral in '65 and '66 and has never left, because it drives on a purpose-built roadway of Alabama River rock. In 2016, its capacity was raised to 18 million pounds, and it received its Guinness certificate as the heaviest self-powered vehicle on the 29th of March, 2023, at the age of 57. They call it the Lying Eiffel Tower, And that is not an exaggeration. The F-60 overburden conveyor bridge at Lichterfeld is 502 meters long. The Eiffel Tower is 324 meters tall. The bridge beats it by 178 meters. 204 meters wide, about 80 meters high, 11,000 tons, 27 megawatts of power. It rolls on 760 wheels, 380 of them driven. Working speed, 9 meters per minute. Across 9 conveyor belts, it threw excavated overburden clear across an entire open-pit mine at 29,000 cubic meters an hour. It was erected in the pit it served, and it physically cannot leave. And now, the sad part. It was built between 1989 and 91. It operated from March 91 to June 92, 13 months. Then Germany reunified, the East German lignite industry collapsed, and the mine closed. The bridge stayed where it was, and everything around it was flooded. Today its maintenance wagon is a cafe, and there is a viewing deck 75 meters up. And at number 1, the heaviest land vehicle ever built. Bagger 293, a Tackraft Type S R8000, manufactured in 1995. It is working in the Hambach lignite mine in Germany right now. 14,196 tons, certified by Guinness World Records. 220 meters long, 2 American football fields end to end. 94.5 meters tall, which makes it higher than the Statue of Liberty, including her pedestal. Its bucket wheel is 21.6 meters across, carrying 18 buckets of 6,600 liters each. 16.5 megawatts of power, and it has no engine of its own. It runs off a cable from the grid. 240,000 cubic meters of material a day. 5 people operate it. It travels at about 10 meters a minute. It could only be assembled in the pit because it is too tall and too heavy for any road, any bridge, and any railway on Earth. Its sister machine, Bagger 288, took 5 years to build. In 2001, they decided to move it to another mine, so they simply walked it 22 kilometers, 3 weeks, 70 workers, crossing the A61 Autobahn, the River Erft, and a railway line. That was cheaper than taking it apart. And in 2029, mining at Hambach ends. The heaviest machine humanity has ever built was made to reach a fuel the country is now required to stop burning. In Ohio, at a miners' memorial park, there is a single bucket standing in a field. It is all that is left of Big Muskie, a walking dragline weighing 12,247 tons, which in 22 years moved 608 million cubic yards of earth, more than was excavated to dig the Panama Canal. In 1999, it was cut up for $700,000 in scrap. They kept the bucket. People come and stand inside it for photographs. Which of these machines would you want to see in person?